I wanted to discuss on something serious. Yes, I'm still here, guys. I took a little hiatus to try and figure some stuff out. So I'm not making this video to call out anybody or to start any wars or to express any deep hatred for people. I wanted to give a little insight into content creators and maybe open up some minds in regards to who and what people do. Now, if you stumbled upon my videos, you're probably wondering who I am, mostly because I am nobody. Nor could I be anybody, probably not. But we're moving on. I wanted to explain who I am and what I do. On here, I go by Berserker Terror. I make content creations regarding video game songs and sometimes videos. I wanted to branch off into some comedic videos someday, playing with friends and, doing normal things. Typically, when I do make these videos though, I usually take some days off from work to help get these videos out there. But, enough about me. I don't need to bore you with any random details about my life, and, if you do care to hear about it, feel free to ask. I'll be more than happy to share my life story and who I am and what I do. So this is kind of where I wanted to be serious and talk about some serious things. Being a content creator, all I've ever wanted for a goal is to make music and do natural things that make people, or do things that people will love to watch. I wanted to create this page so that way I can attract other content creators to want to work with me. That was a goal anyways. But it became apparent very quickly that this isn't what I thought content creation was all about. My dream to finally make a page doing what I love and what I really wanted to do, which was work with people that, who wanted to work with me. Or for random people to even come up and say, hey, I have this song and I want you to be in it, or I want you to come over here and be a voice for me real quick. Yeah, none of that actually came true. I was practically faced with the assumption that every content creator loves their fans and cares for everybody who watches. They care, but in a way where it's not really you they care about, but more about the view. And I hate to say that because I know it seems hypocritical for me to say that since I'm a YouTuber as well and I'm trying to get my voice out, but the way I'm trying to explain it is, I guess, different at the same time. Well, to be fair, honestly, every YouTuber cares about their view count because everyone wants to create good content that attracts a lot of people. Some care so much about their fans that they don't even care about their slow struggle climb on YouTube. They'll find ways to interact with fans, they'll open up their emotions and feelings with fans. Regardless to who watches, they will show their compassion to a viewer base that made them who they were. And typically, as they get bigger, they don't forget about who helped them get there. Sky Williams and Trick2G are probably, honestly, two perfect examples of this. They are like perfect role models to how a content creator should be. They aren't afraid to open up their emotions, they're not afraid to speak to the fan base, and they're not afraid to show the love to the fan base that actually got them to where they are. And they didn't forget who they were, and they didn't forget where they were. To me, that is something that every content creator should do. And on top of that, they're willing to listen to the ideas their fan base gives them, or, if there's any problems, they'll fix that immediately. Versus the content creators who are like, yeah, I care about you guys, and yeah, we were there once, we care about y'all, but they don't care for your opinion. They don't care who you are. They won't even acknowledge your existence unless you're somebody who can actually benefit to their view counts. I refuse to give out names of what channels those are because I went around and I asked a lot of people to help me out, and I refuse to give out names because they're top-notch accounts and they can ruin my entire YouTube channel because they're not perfect. The reason I went on hiatus for so long was because I needed some time to think about the channel direction that I was going in. After having a pretty bad insulting conversation with a high-name content creator who I will not give any names out to, it became apparent to me that people aren't who I thought they were behind the videos. Once I started getting views and high view counts, I was kind of ready to open up and start asking people to collab with me. I was kind of scared to do that because I was afraid to be shut down and turned down by everybody because I have low view counts and I don't have a lot of subscribers, so I don't get to help them out. And I really wanted to kind of aim high, and I probably shouldn't have but I didn't want to aim too high. So I asked a few channels around, and you know, some of them ignored me, which I didn't mind, and some of them even politely told me, you know, they were a bit too busy to work with me. I understand, you know, like sometimes they actually were too busy to work with me, or you know, that was just a nice way to tell me that they didn't want to. I didn't care too much about it. At the same time though, I don't even think they actually knew like any of my videos or any of my creations to it at all, because I would email them and I wouldn't show them any of my videos or my music or my channel work or ideas, because I wanted to kind of grab their attention by introducing myself and maybe introducing what I wanted to do with them. I wanted to be as professional as possible, and I didn't want them to look at my channel and, you know, give me too much of a biased view. One in particular, which this one was actually my biggest inspiration for a content creator, and I looked up to his page because, you know, watching them do this, I wanted to be that kind of person too. I wanted to do it because I saw them working with other artists who do the same thing they love to do, and I kind of wanted to be like that too. I wanted to work with other people that love to do what I do, because it looked like everyone was having so much fun, and you know, they were interacting and they were just all having a blast. So that's what I wanted to do. So I did message them, and I elaborated on some ideas that I had. They were the only female that I gave some ideas for some song titles and song creations that I had. And you know, after 2 days, I finally got a message from them, and the first line of that message was, "Do you really have nothing better to do?" Followed by a barrage of insults and everything that I had. Of course, my natural response was to be professional and humble. I thanked them for their time. You know, I was just saying things I could to sound professional without actually, you know, being completely upset. But secretly, deep down inside, when I got a message like that, especially from, you know, my biggest inspiration for a channel, it kind of killed me. Like, I didn't want to say that. I didn't want to lash out and do something stupid either, though. I just kind of let it happen. The message kind of messed me up a bit, and you know, it was so bad that I was trying to play a game of Leagues that night, and I got counter jungled, and instead of naturally running away like I should have, I stood there. I couldn't even move my hand, I couldn't move my mouse, I couldn't think at all. Like, I just let a bunch of people surround me and start pounding me and auto attacking me, looking like magic carps using splash on top of me or something. I just let myself die on that. And I guess secretly inside, you know, in life, that's kind of how I felt a little bit. After that message, I had to take some time to relax and work on my art and work on my skills a bit. Think about the direction of my page. More importantly, I wanted to, you know, try to get a few things off my chest about being a content creator as well. More to everybody else, but, you know, I respect everything that everybody does, and I understand that everybody puts out a lot of hard work. It takes a long time to put out some decent quality content, or even put out good content for people, especially in the supply and demand kind of setup. Being a content creator, you can't forget where your roots were. You can't forget about how you started off with 0 subscribers as well, and you had to make a slow climb back up. You know, don't forget the people who helped you out. Show them some love. You know, don't insult them, don't push them away, and don't do anything else don't do anything that's like insulting, I guess, like that. You know, you never know who you might hurt. Thank you for listening, and I deserve to tell, guys. Thank you.